All right, everyone, welcome to the Hill Live tonight, and got something special for you tonight. And if you can't tell, I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. All right, so tonight I'm waiting for a little bit more people to jump on, and then we're gonna get started. So if you don't know me, my name is Jaden Daniels. I've been Hill since January 8th, 2020, and I just absolutely love it. And tonight I'm going to introduce my daughter to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about mindset, but um, first of all, we'll give it a little bit more time for more people to jump on. So let me check my phone. There it goes. All right. All right. Now, I want to introduce my daughter, Shannon. This is Shannon Humphrey. And I'll just let her go ahead and say a little bit about herself.
Okay, so like you said, I'm Shannon Humphrey, and I live in Little River, South Carolina. So I've been in Hill since January 12th of 2020, my first online business ever, and it's going great. I love it.
All right. Well, tonight I want to talk about mindset, and I've known you for years because actually you're my stepdaughter, and so I know how you were years ago, and how you are today. It's like two separate people. I mean, two different people totally. So,
Absolutely.
uh, won't you just tell a little bit how you got started in self development and changing yourself, and just give some background about 2 years ago and start.
Okay, well, I'll talk about before, because the last 2 years I've been working on my mindset. So a large part of my 20s was spent in a very negative way. I was not always this happy person that I am now. Um, I spent a lot of my 20s as a drug addict. Um, I was in a dark place with myself. I did not love myself. I allowed myself to be mistreated by other people. For several years before I moved here to the beach, I was in a relationship that was not healthy. Um, and I thought I deserved it because I was ashamed of myself. So I thought I deserved the way that I was being treated. Um, and for a long time, I didn't think that I would be able to dig myself out of the hole that I was in. I was not happy. Life was not good. And in the early part of 2018, in the very, very beginning of 2018, something inside me began to change when I realized that, I've been living this awful life for so long that it was what I was used to.
Wait just a second, Shannon. Can you move up a little bit? You got where I couldn't hear you.
Okay. So in the early part, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the early part of 2018, I realized that I needed to change, and I realized that nobody was coming to save me. The only way that I was going to get out of the situation that I was in and live a better life is if I did it for myself. Like I say, something inside of me had changed where I was realizing that I had a choice. I could either spend the next several more years of my life being unhappy and dwelling in self-pity and negativity and allowing other people to treat me in a negative way, or I could jump out of my comfort zone, leave the situation, do whatever it took, and it could turn out wonderful. I just knew that I had to do it. So in the early part of 2018, when I started realizing this, I decided to make a change, and you and my mom had actually called, and mother's intuition, I guess, she knew that something big was about to happen in my life when she had no idea what was going on and the feelings I was having. So I knew my next move needed to be my best move. And she offered me, a room here. She told me the room was available if I wanted to move from Dillon County altogether. And when I realized, that these are the happiest people that I know, So they must be doing something right. Something good is going on here. I knew this was the move that I needed to make. So I moved to the beach. And in the beginning, first, a few weeks, maybe it wasn't the easiest, move, because I was completely out of where I was comfortable in that negative state of living. So I got into the self-development. You introduced me to The Secret, and I read The Secret, and I watched the DVD, and that's where it all started. And I realized that everything that I was thinking and everything I thought I deserved before was completely wrong. When I knew that I needed to change my mind and the way that I was thinking in my mind, and I started, really working on mindset nonstop, and for 2 years, that's what I've been working on. I started in the very beginning, just simply telling myself constantly, every day, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. I started saying that, and I started, even if I didn't want to smile, I made myself smile. And it didn't take very long at all where I actually started feeling happy on the inside. And that's where all of this started for me. And I am a completely different person today than I was prior to the last 2 years of my life. I'm completely different. So it's wonderful.
All right, well, I got some notes over here, so I wanted to make sure I covered everything. All right. So do you feel like some of the things that used to aggravate you now with your different mindset, it don't seem to bother you as much? And, I used to have rude customers come in when we had the store. And it's like you would get so mad, and then you get on the phone with somebody, you tell everybody tell whoever you're on the phone with about the rude customer, and then more rude customers would come in. You just kept drawing that, you just kept feeding that negative energy to the negative energy, and it just kept having. You got anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just recently, like last week, my job that I've been dedicated to, that I go to every day, I show up, I work hard, put me off for 3 days to train new people. So they gave me 3 days off, and I had to use paid time off that I had accrued that I should have been able to hold on to, and before I would have gotten completely upset. I probably would have said some things I'd regret. I would have gotten mad. And when they told me that I had most of the week off, at least they gave me the option to take my PTO. So rather than getting angry like I would have, that was my first thought. Well, the universe thought that maybe I needed this time off. So I'm grateful to have this time off because I must have needed it. I'm grateful that I have paid time off that I can use so that I'm still getting paid for it. And for whatever reason this is happening, and I'm not going to get upset about it, because getting upset about it wasn't going to help a thing. Before, I would have never, ever thought that way. I've gotten mad. I'd probably still be dwelling on it, to be honest about it. I'd still be upset about it. Yeah. So, and then a lot of the coworkers, they gossip, about other people and stuff like that. And I always have to block that out, because when they say stuff that you disagree with, that can dwell in your mind, or when things happen like that, it can dwell in your mind. So you have to block those things out and just remember that that's not the way to go. Those aren't the thoughts you want to have. So.
Yeah, I've noticed when customers started coming back in and got my mindset changed, and I started just saying, I hope they have a better day, send them some good energy, and it just seems like right after that, customers would come in that had a smile on their face, laughing, telling jokes. It works. Believe me, it works. But all right, okay. So we established you got a great mindset now, and you're totally different than you were years ago. Believe me, I know. And so, but anyway, what do you do on like a daily basis? Take us through Shannon Day. Show us how you stay positive.
Okay. So every day I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the first thing I do is I go ahead and get ready for work. I go ahead and get ready for my day. And while I'm getting ready for work, I listen to motivational videos on YouTube, or affirmations, whatever it is that I choose to listen to that day. I listen to that while I'm getting ready every single morning so that it starts my day off right. And I get up extra early and get ready extra early so that when I'm done, I stop whatever I'm listening to and I take time to read the Bible, because that's something I've been wanting to do. And I've started it before and I've stopped, and, but now I'm actually pretty deep. I'm about 300 pages into the Bible. I'm really proud of that. And I've done it every single day for the last few weeks. I get up and I read at least 20 to 30 minutes of the Bible because I feel like that is the best way to start your day. Before you meet with other people, if you meet with God first, then he'll see you through your day. And it's actually been an amazing experience because he has shown me through my day every day since. Even before that, but just so much more. The day feels better when I start it that way. So then I go off to work. And while I'm at work, I'm constantly talking to myself, no matter what kind of situation I'm in, whether it's negative or not, whether I'm dealing with someone I don't want to deal with or whatever it may be, but especially if it's a negative situation, because when I'm in a negative situation with work, and it happens, if I'm able to talk positively to myself, I'm able to get out of that negative situation so quickly. So all throughout the day, I'm constantly thanking God. You know, just like today, I had a customer. I didn't want to go to her house. And immediately when I thought, gosh, I don't want to go here, I immediately said, thank you, God, that I have the physical ability to come do this job. Thank you, God, that I'm physically able to do this today. Thank you, God, for the income that this is bringing to me today. And that made it, I mean, the visit went wonderful. You know, it went absolutely wonderful. And so throughout my day, I'm saying positive affirmations, happy and grateful, all of those things. I oftentimes, too, also think about, even though I'm in this situation, you know, it's not my dream job by any means. But I'm also imagining, you know, this is only temporary because I know that greater things are coming. Better things are happening for me. So then when I get home from work, I do a workout. Very proud of that. It took a long time for me to get consistent with working out. I would do it and I would stop. So every single day when I get home from work, the first thing I do is change out of my work clothes and I work out. And when I'm done working out, if I have any chores or cleaning I want to do, I put my earbuds in and I play more motivational videos. Joe Dispenza is one of my favorites, but I listen to either motivational videos or affirmations. Then I do income producing activities such as my follow-ups, my emails, or reaching out to people on Facebook through Messenger. I do that often too. So I do anything that I want to do for my business. I take that time to do that. And then when I'm done with that and I shower, as I'm showering every time, you actually, Jaden, got me a waterproof speaker because before when I was listening to my affirmations in the shower, my speaker in there was so loud. So I got one that I can literally put in the shower and I listen to income increasing affirmations when I'm in the shower every night. And when I get done, before bed, I have a ritual. So I read my Bible in the morning, and at night I read whichever personal development book I choose to read. I'm finishing up. I know I've been on Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, but I've been into the meditations with it as well. So I'm at the very end of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza, and I do his meditations afterwards, but between reading and before sleep. And then when I go to sleep with my earbuds in my ears, and I've been doing this for pretty much 2 years now, where I listen to either healing frequencies or affirmations or something when I'm going to sleep, but it was never consistent. Like I would play one thing tonight, a healing meditation or an energy clearing meditation or whatever it may have been that I would choose, but I've actually gotten more consistent with it because we all know repetition is key. So for the last month, I've been going to sleep with a meditation that I found on YouTube by Joe Dispenza it's entitled Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself Sleep Meditation. So just before I get into the state of mind to go to sleep, I put my earbuds in and I play that and I go to sleep to it every single night. And that is my daily ritual. That is what I do every day to keep this smile on my face and to stay happy.
You didn't say anything about TV.
I don't watch TV. I
TV.
used to watch a lot of TV, but I don't watch any TV anymore.
Okay, well, what about the news?
Don't watch any news.
You ain't got no news app on your phone?
Absolutely not.
So I get this question a lot too because I don't watch the news and you know that. But at the store I get the question that, well, how do you keep up what's going on in the news? What would you say to that?
I don't. The only way that I know what's going on during the day or in the news or in the world is if someone tells me something, if someone says something to me. That's the only way I know. I don't really keep up with what's going on in the world. I feel like if I'm meant to know what's going on, I'll know. Someone will tell me or something will be said to me, but I feel like I'm creating my world. So I'd rather not watch the news or TV. I know some of those shows can be really enticing and, or, really easy to get into. And even if they're good shows, a lot of times they're sad or scary or some sort of negative emotion comes from it. And I don't want to allow myself to feel that way. And I'm very, very particular about what I put into my mind these days. And even something as simple as a TV show can put negative thoughts into your mind. If that's what you're seeing and that's what you're looking at, that's what you're thinking about. So I don't watch any TV or any news, any of that, because I'm creating my life and I'm seeing the world the way I want to see it, the way I believe it to be. And I'm not allowing any kind of news or politics or anything like that to influence how I see my world.
Exactly. All right, well, cover that. Let's see. Now, do you have any recommendations as far as audio and books for people?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm only going to list a few. I probably could have a lot, but I'm only going to list a couple. So, like Joe Dispenza, we all know I've been so into Joe Dispenza's work lately because what he does really helps you to understand how to transform your mind and to become a better version of yourself or to heal yourself or whatever it may be, just to be better. His work is phenomenal. I absolutely recommend Joe Dispenza. But also there's Bob Proctor. He was one of the first that I learned about. Wayne Dyer. I almost forgot about him. Wayne Dyer's work is really good as well. Tony Robbins and Les Brown. And those are just a few of the people that I listen to and that I absolutely love the work that they've done.
I know Wayne Dyer is my mom's favorite.
Oh, yeah. I believe
How
she's the first one that I think I've heard from who Wayne Dyer was. I didn't know who he was, and I learned of him from Mama. So yeah.
So what about books?
Oh, I've got some books, and I brought some here. And the first one's going to be The Secret, because this is the first book that I read that started my journey. When I knew life needed to change, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne is the very first book that I read that helped me to understand this subject of law of attraction and that what we focus on is what we bring to ourselves. So that's absolutely one. And then two of my other favorites is Start With Why. This really helps you to not only get focused on what your why is, because we all need to know what our why is, because if we don't know why we're doing what we're doing, then there's probably no point, or we probably wouldn't succeed. We need to know why we're doing what we're doing. We need to know why it's important that we do what we do. Also, it really teaches you how to go about selling whatever it is you're selling and to literally start with your why rather than your what or how and then ending with your why. It's kind of backwards the way a lot of these businesses do it these days. So we really need to be starting with our whys. And then, of course, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. Of course. This is my favorite book that I have read in 2 years of reading personal development type books, and things focusing on the mindset. This book is my absolute favorite, and I will absolutely read it again. It is a good one, and it is the number one book that I recommend that everyone go out and get and read. It's a good one, yeah.
Okay, well, one more question and we'll wrap this up. So what made you choose Heal? What made you join Heal?
Okay, so along my journey of changing my mindset, my life, I began to realize that I wanted more out of life than what just a regular job was giving me. I had started college once years and years ago. Didn't stay at a very long. College wasn't for me. I was done with school. So that didn't work out. I was very uncomfortable the little bit of time that I went to college was very, very uncomfortable. So when I realized that I deserved more in my life than just working for someone else and making someone else rich, I began looking. I began looking for online opportunities because I was seeing everyone else
Oh, you froze, wasn't it?
do it and people succeeding at it. And there was a time where I thought, well, I don't believe I can do this, and so I started realizing that if other people are doing this, I can do this. So I started looking, and you actually introduced me to Heal Worldwide. I looked at several other businesses, but nothing really resonated with me. I couldn't relate to anything that they were doing or selling. And when you introduced me to Heal Worldwide, I went through the story and Stephen Munson's story and the story behind why Heal Worldwide exists. And when I went through that story, I knew that it resonated so much with me that this is the business I need to be in. I want to help people. As much as my life has changed and as much as my thinking has changed, I really am a different person than I was just before 2 years ago. It's almost like I don't even know that person anymore. And so many people I see these days don't realize how you can change yourself. Sometimes I hear people say people don't change. That is not true because I have changed. And if I can help other people to learn what I know and learn what I've learned, to work on their mindset and have a better life and build a business while I'm doing it so that I can work for myself rather than being owned by someone else. I feel like I've got the best of every world here wrapped up in Heal, between the community, the products, the training. The spirituality behind it is important to me. I absolutely love that part of it. Everything about Heal is what I was looking for. So I'm really grateful that that is the business that I began in. Like I say, I just started in January, never been in a business before. So I'm absolutely loving everything Heal is. And this new launch has been awesome. So I'm so grateful for the evolving that's going on and the ability for us to continue to better ourselves and teach other people, how to better themselves while we're at it. If we could teach everyone how to do it, it would be amazing. I want to throw this in here because I was actually just talking to you about this, and it has stuck with me. I saw a billboard over the weekend where there was a little boy, and he looked like he was in poverty on the billboard. And it said on the billboard, right beside it, "In poverty for good." And my immediate thought was, if we want to end poverty for good, teach children how to think greater than their environment, and I think that's one of the things. It's not necessarily about, just children, because this is for all ages. But the greatest way we can change the world is to teach people how to think greater than their environment. And Heal does that. It's done it for me. I have learned along the way through Heal how to think greater than my environment and how to think greater than where I'm at in the moment. That's what keeps pushing me forward, because I know that it's going to get greater than where I'm at in this moment. So I'm absolutely in love with Heal. I'm glad I'm doing it. I'm here for it.
And I'm proud of you. And
Thank you.
to me, I feel like we'd be doing people an injustice if we don't share Heal. It's just that great. So
Right.
Not unless you got something else to share. I think that's all we got tonight, right?
I think so. Just don't forget to stay consistent what you're doing every day.
Exactly.
That's key. Staying consistent, working on your mindset, running your traffic, following up with your people. That's consistent. The more I do it, the more I see momentum building, and the more I share myself, I see momentum building. And I see when I share who I am, and I was very nervous about putting myself out there. Just the fact that I was a drug addict before, I was so ashamed and I was so afraid to put that out there because of what other people might think and what other people might see of me. And then I said, you know what, I just got to do this. I just got to get it out there. And that way I don't have to hide from who I used to be anymore, or feel ashamed of who I used to be anymore, because I'm very proud of who I am right now. So once we put ourselves out there, or once I put myself out there, people started flocking to me. I started getting messages in Messenger from people. I was really amazed at the response that I got. So don't forget to be yourself. Don't forget to be true to yourself and true to the people around you. And just, yeah, stay consistent. Mindset is everything. It's something I'll work on till the day I die. I will never stop working on my mindset. So, absolutely.
Me too. So I guess there's only one more thing to do. So we know what time it is, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
It's time to
Time to
heal.
heal.
Every second, every minute, every hour, and every day. It's on you.